Welcome back to the channel, folks. This is a very scary feature I wanted to do for the longest time. It had to be said, it has to be done, and I'm probably not the only one that's going to do this, but there has been a certain trend in the past few years of feminist agenda seeping into famous movie franchises and TV shows that shouldn't be really there, but they're there, and people are trying to defend it. And the box office and the ratings do not reflect such bullshit. Now, there's been a few movies this year that has been released that were released and they flopped. The Charlie Angels reboot flopped hard because of reasons. What was it? Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey that flopped hard for reasons. Terminator Fate, the CW Batgirl, and a few other things coming up like the Marvels new Warriors and their look, and the supposed all female Star Wars TV show pilot, whatever. All these have certain things in common, and all those things is they're all biased. They're all catering to check marks, to people online who don't even support the product, and to appease pretty much idiotic, stupid people, pretty much feminists. I'm like that fan. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Charlie's Angels, which was original was with Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu, was three women who led the first series, I guess, of the movie in a funny humor way, which they didn't take themselves too seriously. They was having fun, which you saw in the box office, and many people enjoyed it because they was having fun and poking jabs at stereotypes that women had. Well, this reboot was pretty much trying to put down men. And then when it flopped, they wanted to come and chastise men for not supporting it. You cannot bake your cake and eat it too. You cannot put down men and then say, "Oh, our movies is good. What's wrong with you guys?" I can tell you what's wrong with us, and you'll hear in a few minutes. Dark Fate came out and has similar agendas. It was a plot hole full of bullshit. The world class bullshitters, they did a drunken commentary, I believe, last Saturday, and they was hating it. But I get into that in a minute. The CW Batgirl show, it was in the middle, but it started to tank after a while, and it's tanked for a reason. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. All these have a similar parallel that many people are putting together or not just saying in lump sum, which I'm going to do in regardless. The Marvel New Warriors haven't heard anything about the plot and stuff like that, so I'm going to put them on the back burner for right now. And the female Star Wars proposed project is come to the Disney Plus, and here's a shocker, it's going to fail. And here's why. All these projects, all these movies has a few things in common. One, there's no tension, there's no character development, and there's no build up to a proper climax. In the Terminator movies, there was a proper climax, and with T2 being the ultimate one in the franchise, because it had a character development, it's built up to a climax, and has resolution. Charlie's Angels, the first three movies, perfect. It had a beginning, it had character development throughout the movies and throughout the series, and it had a climax. Perfect. The CW Batgirl show, it didn't have no climax. It was just, oh, this is Batman stuff, but it looks better on a woman. And it was screaming femininity. Oh, hear me, woman, screaming. It's like, no, shut the fuck up and sit down. Like, period. Shut up and sit down. And then you have the Star Wars female stubs coming out. All these are going to tank or half tank because they have no build up, like I said, no character development, like I said, no climax, and there's going to be plenty of potholes. The reason why I left out the Birds of Prey is because that movie is nothing but a plot hole, and for one of the only male character in the movie to come out and start talking about men, he should not say anything. He should sit down and shut the fuck up, because all he's doing is he's pandering so he can look good for internet check marks and people who don't even care for the movies, but they want to virtue signal, thinking the rest of us care about that stuff. Now, for me, I'm just like a 30-year-old guy that probably writing 3 or 4 books right now. All of them are being edited, revised, and stuff like that. In my less sleep days, I can go to sleep about 3 hours, wake up, and I can write pretty much a good summary for a good book or a good movie or a TV show, better than most of these women that are working on these shows, thinking, oh, we're gonna do all this stuff, but we're not gonna have no build up, we're not gonna have no climax, we're not gonna have anything that you need to have a proper story, and think people are gonna like that. No. Fact 1: do not get into franchises that are mostly built around men or have men as lead characters with a few females as a lead character, and try to erase what the past has built to this. No. And that's one reason why from the distance, I was laughing at people when they was watching Marvel movies and they were spending money on Marvel movies, because I was laughing. You might want to shit on DC right now, and they have a plenty of grab to shit on them. But when they start virtue signaling, start doing this bullshit, don't start talking when this stuff started happening. Guess what happened? When I started seeing the cracks happen, I started seeing Marvel doing this stuff, I laughed. Because I knew this was going to happen. And people can say, oh, how did you know? Well, it's Hollywood. Sooner or later, you're going to figure out their pattern, and you're going to laugh at it. The reason why Birds of Prey didn't have any good build to it is the marketing. Oh, this is a woman's movie. Oh, don't be staring at us. Yet, like in the Ghostbusters reject movie in 2016, there was I googling Chris Hemsworth. They was doing women do the same thing in all these other movies. But when guys do, oh, it's wrong. No. This is a level playing ground. If a guy can stare at a woman, you can stare at a man. Let me flip that around again. A woman can stare at a man, but that man should be allowed to stare at a woman. And you cannot complain and say, oh, that's sexism, when women are doing the exact same thing. But nobody want to hear that, because people are so built around, oh, women does this, women do this, blah, blah, blah. Women built society, blah, blah, blah. No, women didn't build society. Men built it. Who built most of these monuments and all this stuff in the world? Men. The only thing women do is like do literature, do certain technology stuff, and certain science breakthroughs. Otherwise, the rest was dominated by men. Now, men like me, we appreciate when level-headed, unbiased women come in the world. The ones we don't like are the ones who think everything has to be about women, who gotta have this propaganda, oh, women can do better than men, but yet when they take over these famous, iconic franchises, they tank and the values go away because they don't know how to write a proper story. Most of the people on there just to demonize men, then try to say, oh, look, we won. It's like, you didn't win anything. All you did is make checkpoints. That's it. You didn't build a story. You didn't build no character whatsoever. And yet you want people to pat you on the back. Oh, good job, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works. That's how it would never work. I'm a writer right now. I'm writing several books right now, and I even told people once my stuff is properly put out there and I'm publishing everything, I don't hear anybody saying, "Oh, how come this person not a lead female?" Because most of these characters I wrote around friends. The main character pseudo based around certain aspects of me, my characters, my qualities. So I'm not going to bend over just to please some check marks or some idiots online, mostly women, who don't support these projects, who don't buy the merch, who don't even do anything else to help the product. Otherwise, oh, that's the skin online when they announce this and start bashing men. But when men bash women, oh, we crybabies. Oh, we this, being insecure. No, we're not insecure. We just fed up with the bullshit that's going on in this country, in this society. Not everything's geared towards women. Not everything's have to be about women. Not everything's about men, but at the same time, we support other stuff. There's men who support Mila Djokovic, Charlize Theron, Angelina Jolie, not Rhea. There's a few others I can't name right now. The woman from the Alien movies. It's just Drew Barrymore at certain points. And we support them because, one, they don't take themselves too serious, except for Jolie, but that's a different story. Two, they don't come out here and bash the viewers because here's a new flash. If your movie's tanking, you're not getting paid that much. If it's tanking, that means your next movie or your planned sequel is not going to be released because you decided to put your foot in your mouth and blame your target audience who are not going to watch the movie, but yet the ones who mostly buy the tickets, the concession stand stuff, they're not buying it because you're putting us down. So if the men are not watching your product and you only got a handful of women in the crowd, is that a success? No. China got rid of the last Star Wars movie because it was a total shit show. They got rid of the one with Rian Johnson. That was a shit show. None of the rest of them was a problem. It was just those movies. Why? Because there's the propaganda that was going through there. So people can come at me and other people like me and saying, oh, we're sexist, we're all this, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not. We're just fed up. We're fed up with the lying. We fed up with the bullshit. We're tired of being accused of many things without people even knowing you. So while these women can go in here and pretty much slander people online, just remember, when you're on the receiving end, don't go crying for people to back you up, because all you are is a beehive mentality, and there are going to be people out there like myself that's going to get some gasoline, dump it over your hive, and burn you alive. So enjoy the movies. Enjoy when you want. Just don't come at me or people like me trying to put us down so you can make yourself feel good, because in the day, you're not going to look good. You're going to look like an idiot once we expose you, and your project's not going to last long. So this is BlastBoxx TV. Just remember one thing: stay out of the blast rays. You might just get burned.